And we'll get started with our warm-up. Start with marching on the spot. So knees up, little swing of the arms. And moving on to arm circles. So big circles going forwards and backwards. Also, you can do small circles. Move those wrists around a bit. Warming up the shoulders, upper back. Moving on to squat, so feet are approximately shoulder width apart, squatting straight down so that your chest and your face are facing the wall in front of you. They should not be looking at the floor. And moving on to heels up, so the object is try to get your heel as close to your butt as possible. And moving on to arms wide, so arms straight out in front, shoulder height. Bring those arms back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then palms forward again. Nice big stretch of the chest. And stick up, so arms straight overhead. Bring those elbows down and back as if you're trying to put your elbows in your back pockets. And back to squat. So again, feet approximately shoulder width apart, squatting straight down and back, making sure that you're looking straight ahead. Four. All right, I'll quickly go through our program for today and then we'll get right into it. No, nothing really new here. If those of you who've been doing the live version. Our first one is going to be a one-arm row. We'll just grab our weight. Excuse me. Bending over at the hips. Bring that weight up to your hip. Little squeeze to the shoulder blade, and then straight back down again. Make sure you don't drop that shoulder as you come down. Shoulder should stay in the same spot the whole time. Next one is an alternating one leg stand with a towel raise. So a little balance work here today. So standing on one foot, other foot is going to come up, towel's going to come up, just shoulder height, and then back down again. And then we're going to do the other leg. Might find that one leg is a little easier than the other. If you find that too much, do the one leg stand without the towel. You can work your way up to doing the towel as time goes on. Next is a squat and hold. So we're going to squat down, hold it for 10 seconds, and then back up again. Next is a push-up with a shoulder tap. I'll demonstrate these from the floor, but you can do them from a table, a counter, a bench, chair, whatever you have. So push-up position. If you're down on the floor, you can do these from your knees if you want. So if you're doing them from your knees, hands are underneath your shoulders, push-up, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. Make sure you keep those hips still. Shouldn't be twisting at all. If you're doing them from your feet, same idea. Hands underneath your shoulders, push up, tap, tap. And the hips again are staying still. Next is an underhand towel row. So back to our towel. So hands are underneath the towel. Pull that towel apart as hard as you can. Bring it up to your hips and back down again. Key is to make sure that you keep pulling on that towel the whole time. Next is a seated Mason twist. So, and you can do these from a chair if you prefer. So a Mason twist, twisting at the waist from one side to the other. You can have your feet on the floor. You can alternate as you twist, lifting one foot off, then the other, or you can have both feet up at the same time twisting. Whichever you prefer, whatever works for you. And our last one is a glute raise march. So down on our backs, hips up, squeeze those glutes, and just march one leg at a time. Making sure every so often, I'm sure you're going to have to readjust to keep those glutes up. So back up, because they will tend to sag after a moment or two. And that's the program. So let's get started with our one-arm rows. Grabbing our weight. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So weight up to your hip and back down again, keeping that shoulder still. Nice squeeze of the shoulder blade when you get up to your hip. Halfway. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Almost there. And done. Great job, everyone. Okay, moving on to our alternating one leg stand with a towel front raise. Starting at 3, 2, 1, go. So pulling that towel apart, just raising your arms up to shoulder height and then back down again. Don't want to overextend anything here. Keep pulling on that towel. Ten seconds. And done. Moving on to a squat and hold. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, our feet are approximately shoulder width apart. Looking forward so that we're not bending over. We're going to squat for 20 seconds, and then we're going to hold it for 10. Then we're going to do that again. And hold. And squat. And hold. Knees are going to be pointing out towards your toes. And done. Great job. Okay, moving on to push-ups with a shoulder tap. Again, you can do these from your knees or from your toes, whichever you prefer. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Keep those hips nice and still when you're doing your shoulder tap. Seconds. And done. Moving on to our underhand towel row. Grab our towel. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So hands are underneath the towel. Pull that towel apart. Bring it up towards your hips and back down again. Almost there, one more. And done. Great job. Okay, moving on to Mason twists. So again, you can do these from a chair or the floor, whichever you prefer. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, you can do these with your feet down, alternating your feet, or feet up. Almost there, couple seconds, and done. And our last exercise in this round is the glute raise march. So down on our backs. Glutes up, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Want to keep those glutes nice and high. And done. Great job, everyone. That's round 1. Let's have a quick sip of water, and then we'll move right into round 2. Okay, starting off with our 1-arm row. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So weight up to your hip, making sure that you don't drop that shoulder when your weight goes down. Ten seconds. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Almost there. 5 seconds. And done. Great job. Let's move on to our alternating 1-leg stand with a towel front raise. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So really pull that towel apart. Again, we're just going up to our shoulder height. Halfway. And done. Moving on to squat and hold. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. A fun fact of the day. Today, I think it was in 18 something, the Victorian Order of Nurses was created. I had no idea they'd been around that. And hold. And squat. And hold. Almost there. And done. Great job, everyone. Okay, moving on to push-ups with the shoulder tap. Or maybe you're just doing the push-up part, that's fine too. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So if you're doing push-ups from your knees, it's going to look like this. Or if you're doing them from your toes. Remember, we're keeping our hips as still as we can. Almost there. And done. Moving on to an underhand towel row. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So towel is on top of our hands. Really pull that towel apart, bring it up to your hips and back down again. Almost there. And done. Moving on to seated Mason twists. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, you can do these with your feet on the floor. Alternate lifting your feet or both feet off the floor. Halfway. And done. And our last exercise in this round is the glute raise march. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So glutes nice and high, big squeeze, alternating those feet. Almost there. And done. Great job. Let's have another quick sip of water and we'll move right into round 3. Starting off with our 1-arm row. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Weight comes up to your hip. Back down. Keep that shoulder steady. You can also do a little squeeze to the shoulder blade at the top of your pull if you like. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Everybody looks good. Almost there. And done. Moving on to our alternating one-leg stand with a towel front raise. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So just lifting those arms up shoulder height. Ten seconds. And done. Moving on to a squat and hold. So again, feet approximately shoulder width apart. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. and hold. And squat. And hold. And done. Great job, everyone. I know those aren't easy. Moving on to a push-up with a shoulder tap. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So keeping those hips nice and still. Don't want to see any rocking when we're doing this. Ten seconds. And done. Moving on to the underhand towel row. We'll grab our towel. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So really pull on that towel. One more. And done. Moving on to our seated Mason twists. So from the floor or from a chair, whichever you prefer. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Halfway. And done. And our last exercise of the day is the glute raise march. So on our backs. You can also do these from a couch or a bed. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So glutes up. Nice squeeze to the glutes. Keep checking in to make sure that they're not sagging. And done. Thank you so much for joining me here at Evolve Fitness Forever Virtual. It's great to see you. Hope you had a good workout. Enjoy your day. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.